One Zambia, one nation, and we continue to celebrate the women as they celebrate International Women's Day here in Zambia, Africa, and the global community. My name is Kalan Muchima to present the Zanis News. The headlines. President Hakainde Hichilema celebrates women in Zambia. Government changing stereotypes that hinder women's participation. Women aged to report GBV cases. And defense forces to be equipped in the country. Those are the news headlines, and now the news in detail. Zambia joined the rest of the world in commemorating the International Women's Day. President Hakainde Hichilema graced the national event in Livingstone, Southern Province. Women from various groupings and members of the general public turned up to celebrate the day at the Livingstone Institute of Business and Engineering Studies football ground. Ethel Chanda has more in this report.
Women across the country has today joined the world in commemorating the International Women's Day. Thousands of women from all walks of life in Livingstone, including the men and women in uniform, marched with excitement to Livingstone Institute of Business and Engineering Studies football grounds, where the national event took place in Southern Province. President Hakainde Hichilema, who graced the celebrations, noted the importance of investing in women and girls in line with the theme Investing in Women and Girls Accelerate Progress.
This day is so important. It accords us with the opportunity to recognize the various achievements that women have made. Women in Zambia, women in the SADC region, women on the African continent, but also women in the global community. We cherish their immense contributions, the women and girls' contributions to our communities across the world. But more importantly, charity begins at home in Zambia. This is a time we celebrate you, the women, the girl child. We raise on this day the awareness about the need to improve the well-being of our women folk and, of course, the female children.
The host minister, Credo Nanjua, noted that women in the province have benefited from the various empowerment programs that the government is advancing.
As Southern Province, our women have greatly benefited from various women empowerment programs by this government through the Gender Division, which sits under your office, and Constituency Development Fund, among other empowerment programs under your able leadership. This shows your commitment, Your Excellency, towards improving livelihoods of our women and girls countrywide.
And the women movement has urged the government to prioritize investment in women and girls, while the United Nations has reaffirmed its commitment to working with government to enhance the status of women in the country.
International Women's Day is a time to reflect on progress made, to call for change and to celebrate acts of courage and determination by ordinary women who have played an extraordinary role in the history of different countries, and in this case, Zambia.
The United Nations system in Zambia remains committed to working with the government and the people of Zambia towards prioritizing implementation of gender-responsive financing for enhanced gender equality and women's empowerment. A gender-responsive public financing approach to gender equality and women's empowerment can increase the awareness of women and girls regarding their rights and socio-economic engagement and enhance the country's development.
Earlier, the president paid a courteous call on the chiefs of Southern Province. Ethel Chanda reporting for Zanis in Livingstone.
SACA Vice President Mtalenda Lumango has implored women across the country to support each other in all areas of need if they are to succeed. Mrs. Nalumango has also urged traditional leaders to consider a cultural paradigm shift in order to support women and improve their welfare. The Vice President was speaking today when she graced the Lusaka Province International Women's Day celebrations under the theme, Invest in Women and Girls, Accelerate Progress. Shilika has more in this report.
Lusaka Province today joined the rest of the country in commemorating International Women's Day, held under the theme Invest in Women and Girls, Accelerate Progress. Vice President Mutalena Lumango has since implored women to work together for their good.
The theme focuses on the cardinal role that investing in women and girls enhances national development. It recognizes the achievements and contributions that women make in society. It also serves a global platform. It also serves as a global platform to advocate for women's rights, empower women, and highlights the social, economic, cultural, and political challenges that women and the girls face. Particularly for women, it is important to stand together on all common issues. Don't let anyone divide us as women, because when we stand together, we definitely succeed.
And the NGOCC has bemoaned the low number of women in key decision-making positions.
As we commemorate this day, we recognize the positive strides that have been made over the past years in narrowing the gender gap. And the women's movement, we are still deeply concerned at the low numbers of women in key decision-making positions, such as cabinet, parliament, and local government levels. The low number of women in decision-making positions means the voice of women is absent on the decision-making table, making most of the policy prescriptions gender blind.
Meanwhile, UNICEF representative has assured government of continued support.
Let me reaffirm the UN's commitment to support Zambia's efforts in enhancing the status of women in the country and promoting gender equality and women's empowerment.
Shilika Chabalengula for Zanis in Lusaka.
Now, Home Affairs and Internal Security Minister Jack Mwimbu says government remains committed to investing in women and girls to accelerate economic growth and development. Mr. Mwimbu said this when he officiated at this year's International Women's Day celebrations in Solwezi District of Northwestern Province. Details in this report by Muiche Chipoya.
The 2024 International Women's Day has been celebrated under the theme Invest in Women and Girls to Accelerate Change. In Solwezi District, various organizations have gathered to commemorate this important day. Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security, Jack Mwimbu, graces the event.
The theme simply resonates deeply with Zambia's context, calling for deliberate actions to empower women, enhance their contribution, and amplify their impact on socio-economic and political spheres with important objectives, namely economic empowerment, education, and skills development.
Northwestern Province Minister Robert Lihefo says women empowerment is key to economic development.
As you may be aware, International Women's Day is a global day celebrating the social, economic, cultural, and political achievements of women.
Mapesha Women's Club representative has thanked government for prioritizing women empowerment programs to help them become financially independent.
Government remains committed to investing in women and girls to accelerate change and economic development. Women from all walks of life gathered to celebrate their day. Muiche Chipoya reporting for Zanis, Solwezi District, Northwestern Province.
We continue to celebrate the women, and of course, Lands and Natural Resources Minister Elijah Mchima has challenged women in the country to ensure all cases of gender-based violence are reported to the Zambia police, regardless of who the perpetrators are. Dr. Mchima has observed that some women refuse to report GBV cases to relevant authorities on account that the abuser is the breadwinner of the family. Zanis in Kabwe reports that Dr. Mchima said this when he addressed hundreds of women at Godfrey Yuka Chitalo Stadium in Kabwe Central Province during the International Women's Day commemorations. Details in this report.
Hundreds of women in Central Province this morning braved the scorching heat to commemorate the International Women's Day. Minister of Lands and Natural Resources Elijah Mchima graced the occasion that was not only well attended but also brought out diversity. Dr. Mchima says gender equality is an essential part of development for any society.
As it is calling for deliberate actions, invest in women and empower them to enhance their personal progress to ultimately achieve socio-economic development. I've heard about women who have been abused by their grown husbands, perpetually without making an effort to stop these abuses. Some women have refused or failed to report such cases to relevant authorities for their mere fact that these perpetrators are breadwinners. This must stop, and I can call upon all women, including mothers, to ensure that perpetrators of GBV and sexual violence are reported to police regardless of their relationship with the victim.
Earlier, Central Province Minister Princess Kasune said the UPND-led government is inclusive, where all political parties must enjoy the freedoms and liberties.
We are an inclusive government. We are a government that wants to see all people participate. And on today's theme, which is invest in women and girls in accelerating progress.
And Kabwe District Commissioner Lennox Shimwambwa says President Hakainde Hichilema has placed a premium on the women.
The last 2.5 years has given a premium to our women, particularly here in Kabwe, where a lot of empowerment through CDF, empowerments through women grants, loans, empowerment coming from the gender division, and indeed also empowerment coming from the various recruitments that have happened over the last 2.5 years.
Meanwhile, speaking on behalf of the women, Regina Mbewe of the Non-Governmental Coordinating Council urged the government to invest more in women and girls.
Therefore, the women movement urges the government to prioritize the investment in women and girls and accelerate the progress that has so far been recorded.
This year's International Women's Day was held under the theme Investing in Women and Girls, Accelerating Progress. Zanis reports in Kabwe, Central Province.
Chirundu District Commissioner Patrick Kasavila says government has committed itself to changing stereotypes that hinder women and girls' active participation in national development. Here's a report.
Chirundu District in Southern Province today joined the rest of the country and the international community in commemorating the International Women's Day. This year's commemoration was held under the theme, Invest in Women and Girls, Accelerate Progress. The theme wouldn't have come at a better time than now, when the government is implementing various women-targeted empowerment programs in a bid to accelerate the contribution of women and girls across the country in shaping their own destiny.
We know that you drive the economy, and we have challenged us. And I can attest to you that of all the grants women have been given, women across the youths and what, women are the ones that are performing well. Can you send the messages to other women there who are still doubting that these loans are not there? The grants are not there, so that we can move together as a nation.
Women and girls' effective participation in social and economic spheres of the country is key in actualizing President Hakainde Hichilema's broader vision of making Zambia a better country, as outlined in the 8th National Development Plan and the Vision 2030.
The government of the Republic of Zambia, under the able leadership of our Excellency, the President of Public of Zambia, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, has provided economic empowerment that has created avenues for women to access finances, for women to increase opportunities and capital for their businesses. On the other hand, the government has implemented and promoting skills development through Constituency Development Fund, CDF.
And several women and girls interviewed called on organizers next time to consider conducting exhibitions that will showcase women and girls in the district that have excelled in their various fields.
Women should take advantage of every opportunity and empower themselves to make tomorrow a better world. Working together as communities is the best and more lucrative way to go. And all we can say to women is embrace every day, take every opportunity, and embrace every challenge, and work forward to a better tomorrow.
We as Lower Zambezi Conservation Women's Club, we mitigate number 7, which is deforestation, has the main effect to you and to me. Let us shift to the modern method of charcoal bricks method, which is possible, easy to carry, no much labor, no cutting of trees.
Zanis reports in Chirondo district of Southern Province.
Further in the news, Zambia National Service Eagles Women's Club chairperson Angela Solochi has called on stakeholders to complement government's efforts in enhancing support to vulnerable women in various areas in an effort to enhance their socio-economic well-being. Mrs. Solochi says women are equal partners and crucial to advancing national development, hence the need for increased stakeholder support in alleviating some of their challenges that may hinder their full participation in national development. She was speaking in Nchoma when she led the Zambia National Service Eagles Women's Club Southern Division in donating items worth over 14,000 kwacha to females at Choma Correctional Facility. Here's a report.
As women from various walks of life join their counterparts in commemorating International Women's Day, these women from Zambia National Service Eagles Women's Club in Southern Province have visited fellow women at Choma's Correctional Facility. Led by their matron, Angela Solochi, wife to Zambia National Service Commander, Lieutenant General Maliti Solochi, the women have also made a donation of assorted items valued at 14,000 kwacha.
As the ladies from ZNS, we want to express our love to you by donating a few items. We hope and believe that the items will help to alleviate your suffering. May this not be the end of it all. There are a lot of other people who are in need and underprivileged. They need our help.
Choma's Correctional Facility has commended the Women's Club for this endeavor.
On behalf of Zambia Correction Service and on behalf of the Commissioner General himself, I want to express my sincere gratitude for what has happened. Such a gesture will make the life of our female folks easy.
So women abenzuma bangema bonse motwangi twilimu muno papa kulumba kulindi yeno wamagandi mwabora kutulanga kuno akutwetera katundu mbuli yenjo mwagusha mwamireza garereka po mwagusha ayungihire himbi kamuyinka muri monse motupengede namo bapengede kamubaranga kamutukurwa ihya.
Vaida Kafumokache is Zambia National Service Monze Eagles Women's Club chair lady, and she has made a call.
My advice to Women's Club is that we should work hard and do some businesses here and there. So women get encouraged to do something, and also with what you realize, you help the vulnerable.
Liseli Simusole, Zanis, in Choma District, Southern Province.
Women in the country have been challenged to get out of their comfort zones to contribute immensely to the economic development of the country. Miriam Sakala, who has acquired skills in tailoring and designing, has called on women to take advantage of the various skills trainings being offered under the Constituency Development Fund, CDF. And Senga Hill District Commissioner Elizabeth Goma says this year's theme has come at a time when the government is implementing various empowerment programs for women and youths. Here's a report.
These are women from Senga Hill District who have gathered to celebrate the 2024 International Women's Day. The women used the occasion to channel their concerns to government.
Let me take this great opportunity to thank the government of the Republic of Zambia under the leadership of President Hakainde Hichilema for investing in women and girls to accelerate progress by prioritizing women and youth under the Constituency Development Fund, CDF. Here in Senga Hill District, a number of women clubs and groups were awarded with grants and loans. These have effectively contributed to local economic development within our district.
And Senga Hill District Commissioner Elizabeth Goma said government acknowledges women's contributions at various levels.
That aspires for progress and equality. It is disheartening to see that economic disparities still persist between men and women, with women generally facing higher levels of informal employment and less empowerment opportunities. However, the new Dawn government, under the leadership of His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zambia, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, attaches great importance to the welfare of girls and women and is committed towards their protection and well-being. In demonstrating this commitment and the quest to achieving the aspirations of the 83 National Development Plan.
Meanwhile, Miriam Sakara, proprietor of a tailoring and design shop, has a passionate appeal to women.
At least to akwata kwefya kuchita. Mshitana abaleta ku government yaleta kwa masikio za kwati babaza liwe yafunisha waya sambia kusikinga yakuipika nga yakubila wasambira fyonse finya yakubatinga wasambilila nise of employment wemwine ukala igombea.
This year's Women's Day celebrations in Senga Hill were characterized by songs and dances. Reporting for Zanis in Senga Hill, Namsokwe Bwembia.
We take another break to join us shortly for more news. Welcome back. We continue with the rest of the news. Now, Lunte District Commissioner Joseph Chilando says this year's Women's Day theme echoes a powerful call to action by investing in women and girls. Mr. Chilando says government recognizes the importance of gender in the promotion and advancement of women and girls. Sylvia Zulu has the rest of the details in this report.
Is a farmer. He keeps cows, pigs, and sheep.
These women of Lunte District are showcasing what they have learned in the adult literacy classes commonly known as Shibukeni. This is during the International Women's Day celebration in Lunte. Lunte District Commissioner Joseph Chilando, who graced this year's Women's Day celebrations, reiterated government's commitment to improving and empowering women with different opportunities.
Gender equality is an essential part of development of any society. It is for this reason that the Zambian government is implementing interventions to promote gender equality by addressing issues related to participation of women in key decision-making positions. It is expected to ensure that girls and women have access to equal opportunities as boys and men. When it comes to empowerment and other measures being put in place by the government.
The women's representative had this to say.
The following still need the government attention. Improving or constructing of the maternity annex in Mukpakaoma. Maintenance of feeder roads for easier access to health facilities. Bridges like Katarara and many other bridges where our fellow women who are on maternity cannot be helped. We would like the government also to speed up the process of putting up structures at the CBD like offices, district hospital, and many more facilities which will lessen the burden women face, and also the project will create jobs opportunity for our women and children.
Reporting for Zanis, Sylvia Zulu in Lunte District.
And Chilanga District Commissioner David Shalani has noted the need to empower women and girls economically for the development of the country. Speaking during the commemoration of the International Women's Day today in Chilanga, Mr. Shalani says empowering women economically is a strategic vehicle to promote gender equity, and equality. More in this report.
Hundreds of women in Chilanga district have joined the rest of the world to commemorate International Women's Day. The event was characterized by a colorful march past and scenes of jubilation. Chilanga District Commissioner David Shellen graced the event.
Ladies and gentlemen, empowering women economically is not just a moral cause. It's a strategic investment to enhance women's access to and control over means of production as a vehicle to promote gender equity and equality in development. It's anticipated that once the women are economically empowered, they will contribute effectively at family and community levels.
Chilanga Council Chairperson Champion Tembo reiterated the government's efforts in empowering women through the Constituency Development Fund, CDF.
I would like to reiterate the new Dawn government of His Excellency Mr. Hakainde Hichilema's commitment in dismantling systemic barriers through the creation of opportunities such as economic empowerment programs under the CDF and other such similar initiatives. Investment in education, healthcare, and leadership opportunities for every woman and girl to thrive.
Chilanga Member of Parliament Sipo Lazo explains the importance of investing in women and girls.
When we invest in women and girls, we invest in leadership. We create pathways for women to assume positions of influence and power, not merely as a matter of token representation, but as a means to reshape policies, institutions, and systems that perpetuate gender inequality. By amplifying women's voices and perspectives, we ensure that decisions are more inclusive, responsive, and reflective of the diverse needs and aspirations of our societies.
Chilanga Women Representative Donika Mgala urged women to take advantage of various empowerment programs provided to them by the government.
My appeal to you, dear women, today is let us take advantage of these different empowerment programs, including grants and loans given under CDF, livelihood empowerment support scheme like village banking, poverty reduction programs such as social cash transfer, food security pack, farmer input support program, and other to accelerate our socio-economic progress.
This year's International Women's Day is commemorated under the theme Invest in Women and Girls, Accelerate Progress. Miles Kavengo for Zanis in Chilanga District, Lusaka.
Zambia National Association for Women with Disabilities Chairperson Ida Chita says women in Chinsali District are happy that many women with disabilities have not been left out in empowerment programs under the increased Constituency Development Fund, CDF. Speaking on the sidelines of the International Women's Day celebrations in Chinsali today, Ms. Chita states that the inclusion of women in such programs signifies government's commitment towards bridging the gap of discrimination. Details in this report by Henry Lumpa.
The country celebrated the 2024 International Women's Day. The event was more than special for these women in Chinsali district of Mchinga province. These are women living with disabilities who joined other women by participating in some activities and also took part in the march past for the first time here. On the sidelines of the event, which was graced by Mchinga Province Deputy Permanent Secretary Matthews Chelekwa, on behalf of the provincial PS Henry Mukungule, these special women appreciated government for its inclusive approach towards them.
I'm thanking the government for including us persons with disabilities in this Women's Day celebration.
Akale abantu balebulisha efirundwa iringita bali babikamu baletirayo batama challenges tetibabombe tetibachitesha. But this time government yaliletako abantu kya kusukuru yaletako social cash transfer.
And chairperson for the Organization for Persons with Disabilities in Chinsali, Godwin Mubanga, called on the women to utilize the many empowerment programs.
This government is paying particular focus to women and the youths, so women with disabilities are not excluded there. Therefore, we are calling upon them to come on board and involve themselves in a lot of activities.
Meanwhile, the Deputy Permanent Secretary reaffirmed government's commitment towards equality.
Empowering women economically is not just a moral cause. It is a strategic investment to enhance women access to and control over the means of production, and as a vehicle to promote gender equity and equality in development.
Henry Lumpajonya, Zanis in Chinsali, Muchinga Province.
Civil Service Commissioners have implored women to consider investing in themselves. Commissioner Wendy Mulenga has noted that there is no sustainable development if women are not included in the national developmental agenda. Speaking at the Women's Indaba organized for women in Lusaka, Ms. Mulenga noted that despite the government arena being dominated by the male folk, there is no need for women to feel intimidated. She says women should remain united in order to be empowered and attain top positions. Another commissioner, Lusa Kabemba, said there can never be meaningful development if women do not come out of their homes. Meanwhile, Commissioner Gladys Tavares has observed that women should be good mentors to the young female generation. Ministry of Defense Permanent Secretary Norman Chipakopako says government will ensure that the defense forces in the country are well equipped with state-of-the-art equipment. Zanis reports that Mr. Chipakopako said this today when he toured Paramount Aerospace Industries in Pretoria, South Africa. PAI is a global aerospace and technology company that manufactures different types of aircrafts. Jens Malumba is in Pretoria and filed in this report.
Ministry of Defense Permanent Secretary Norman Chipakopako has today visited Paramount Aerospace Industries in Pretoria, South Africa. The aerospace industry is a global aerospace and technology company with a reputation for groundbreaking technologies and innovations in manufacturing different types of aircrafts. Upon arrival, Mr. Chipakopako and his entourage were briefed on the operations of the company. The permanent secretary was then taken for a tour to see what type of aircrafts are being manufactured here.
We want to get to the point where we can produce up to 5 aircraft a year. So we're in the early stages. You asked me about orders. At the moment we have orders for the first 9 aircraft. 3 for Mozambique, the next 6 for the DRC. We're busy at the moment looking to close deals with another 2 countries, also in the north of Africa.
This advanced technology here has excited Mr. Chipakopako.
This is a fantastic facility for border patrols, for countries like mine with huge borders with, Zambia has got 8 neighbors. And all these borders are very unique on its own. And in some cases, with a lot of smuggling going on, this would be a fantastic piece to know exactly what's happening. I will not mention the countries, but there are countries really where we're struggling to control smuggling of food, of different minerals. This could be the answer to our current problems.
Mr. Chipakopako said he will ensure that the Zambian military personnel also get trained with such skills.
We have a huge country. It's not easy to patrol on the ground. You need a lot of troops to do that. But this can do the job. And then when you identify the problem, then the ground troops can move in. I think it's a fantastic piece, especially that's being manufactured in South Africa. I think we'll talk. We'll talk to our colleagues. I know we have issues, budgetary issues. We have to prioritize where we spend our money, but we will start talking to our colleagues and see what we can do.
Jane Simalumba Zanis in Pretoria, South Africa.
Lastly, Lusaka District Commissioner Rosa Zulu has commended the Seventh-day Adventist Fen Grove Mission District youths for cleaning up Matero constituency's Kasupe area in a bid to curb the spread of cholera in the area. Mrs. Zulu says there is need for the community mindset change in order for Zambia to combat the disease. She was speaking in Kasupe Township, where she joined the SDA youths in the cleaning exercise. We have more in this report.
The cholera cleanup move by the Fen Grove Mission District of the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Kasupe Township in Lusaka District has excited Lusaka District Commissioner Rosa Zulu.
I'm so happy to see young ones getting involved in what the national is asking. There's few who have come on board, like from churches, but for this team which is standing here, I can say, may God bless them. Amen. We have a center here, Tubalange Center, Cholera Center, which is today, I think it's closed because we no more have cases. But may I warn the people that cholera is not yet done. Because what is killing us now, it is just the mindset. I know youth, you are vigilant. You'll be there to control the situation.
Fen Grove Mission District President James Chirwa explains about Green Go Green campaign the youth ministry has embarked on in the fight against cholera.
We have organized the Green Go Green campaign in combating the spread of cholera and also to ensure that public health is done. So we are doing the cleanups, cleaning also the drainages and slashing to ensure that we all have a better environment and a safe environment. We have joined hands looking at this is a global challenge and it's a pandemic for the country.
Fen Grove Mission District Pastor Hendrix Habugali says the youth ministry is committed to the fight against cholera.
We are trying to clean this road. We want to do the drainages so that we can help as in combating the problem of cholera. We are here to make sure that our country and our constituency can benefit from the little effort that which we can contribute.
Mijelo Mwemba reporting for Zanis in Lusaka.
As we end the news, a recap of the stories that made headlines once again. President Hichilema celebrates women in Livingston. Government changing stereotypes that hinder women's participation. Women aged to report GBV cases. And defense forces to be equipped in the country. We've come to the end of the news. Thank you so much for your company. We continue to wish our women a happy International Women's Day. My name is Carla Namchima. Bye-bye.